campers, Matt Sardo, monkeys fighting robots, and it is the end of 2023. Boom! 2024 is coming, whether we like it or not, and we need to talk about the best comic book of the year. So this past year, I reviewed 43 books. I reviewed 16 books from Image Comics and Skybound, 11 from Marvel Comics, 10 from DC, 2 from Mad Cave, 1 from Dark Horse, 1 from Distillery, 1 from Valiant, and 1 from Vault. And I can't believe I didn't review a book from like Boom or IDW. I've wanted to review the Turtles, but I just don't know how to like jump in and have a review at like 146. I might do a review at 150 and look at that as like a key issue to look at. But the Turtles universe is cool. I'm just trying to figure out how to make that work. And also the things that I try to do with this channel is review number one books. So if you looked at what I was reviewing, there were mainly number one books so that you have a good decision on what you should buy when you go to the comic book store. There was a few books that I picked up at number 2 when we reviewed 1 and 2. And then there was my complaining about Amazing Spider-Man, which I don't think I'm going to do in 2024. That's not good for us. That's not good for anything. Amazing Spider-Man or Spider-Man is one of my favorite characters, and hopefully there'll be some like miniseries that I'll be like, oh, this is amazing or spectacular or web. I don't know what web means, but so I went through the 43 books that I read this year and reviewed, and I was like, which ones are the best, or which ones had the lasting memory that I, will put into the category of best of the year. And I'm going to start at 5. And 5 is definitely an interesting title to talk about since it doesn't come out until next week. But Duke #1, written by Joshua Williamson with art by Tom Riley, colors by Jordi Belair, and Russ Wooten does the letters. It's so good. It is really good. It's a beautiful book. It got me super jazzed for the series. I liked it more than Transformers #1. There's a whole bunch of really good stuff in that book, and I'm still pumped about it. Like it hit me in the core of Matt Sardo's comic bookdom, with its beauty, its storytelling, and then all the things that I loved growing up. And it's the G.I. Joe movie we deserve, and we're getting it, and it's out next week. So that's number 5. My favorite book of the year is Duke #1 at number 5. Number 4 is Kilmore #1. Scott Bryan Wilson, Max Fuchs. They worked on this book. This is from IDW. There we go. Hey, IDW. Woo! Kilmore #1 from IDW is number 4 on my list because this one haunted me. This book haunted me. It still haunts me. The cover haunts me. It got under my skin, and I might not necessarily love all the feelings that I feel about this book, but this book made me feel. The artwork got under my skin, the storytelling got under my skin, and like everything about it made me feel something creepy. And so that is why Kilmore #1 from IDW Comics is my number 4 pick of the year. Coming in at number 3. Is Click, Click, Boom #1 by writer Doug Wagner. Douglas Dabbs is the artist, Matt Wilson's colorist, and Ed Dukeshire is on the letters. Click, Click, Boom #1. The concept is really amazing. I like the concept of it, and I like the way that things were worked out through pictures and the colors of the book. Like everything, concept works. The first issue story works. Action, artwork, the goofiness of the assassin, Sprout, and just how she communicates, and the thought process of having a mute in a comic book where you have word balloons, but then you use the pictures and going from there, the Polaroid pictures, like really cool concept, and that is why Click, Click, Boom #1 is my top 3 book of 2023. Coming in at number 2, Midlife, or How to Hero at 50. Number 1, written by Brian Buchalata. Stefan Simone is the artist, and Hassan Osme Elhau is the letterer. Okay, if you saw my review, like, this book spoke to me. I'm an old dude, and going through old dude stuff, I empathize. I empathize with this. Like, and to have somebody write a book about, our generation or what we're going through right now, is great, because I have this thing about they don't prepare you for your 40s, and it's a deep, long conversation that if you want to have, I'll definitely have with you outside of this video. But they don't prepare you for your 40s, and the shit hits the fan in your 40s, and it's crazy. And so to have something that empathizes with me, like, it really spoke to me. And again, I thought this book was written for me, and I really appreciated it. And you guys, that's why you guys are number 2. This Midlife, or How to Hero at 50, number 1, from Image Comics. Boom sauce, number 2 on my top comic books of 2023. And then coming at number 1, the number 1 book of 2023, according to Matt Sardo and his ego and everything that comes with it, is Birds of Prey number 1, written by Kelly Thompson, artist Leonardo Romero, colorist Jody Belair. Clayton Cowles is on letters. You will notice that Jody Belair is one of the colorists. She has multiple books in the top 5. Just saying. And Kelly Thompson almost had 2 books here. The call was close there. That's a nice honorable mention. But the reason why Birds of Prey number 1 from DC Comics is my number 1 book of 2023 is because ever since I've read this book, when I go to bed at night and I close my eyes, I see Leonardo's artwork in my dreams. It is a beautiful book that I've thought about ever since I read it, and I love it so much. I just love it. The artwork is amazing. The color palette, it's Jody, so the color palette is like bonkers good. And then, I mentioned this in my review, Kelly Thompson writes it at such an amazing pace with such witty banter that it reminded me of the first time I saw Guardians of the Galaxy in the theater. And that brought back some amazing memories for me. And Birds of Prey is what I want out of a superhero comic book. It knows that it's bonkers, in a bonkers, crazy universe. And it's just epic and fun, and it just flew by really quickly. The pacing in the book was really done well. And then the banter, the crew is really cool, and tried to bring in some new people here and there. And with Zealot, you bring in Wildcats and some Image feelings for me from the 90s. Like, there's a lot of really cool stuff, a lot of really cool feelings in there. And then, where it goes from there, that's a whole nother story. But Birds of Prey number 1 was my favorite book of 2023. Congrats to the creative team. Congrats to all the creative teams that made books in 2023. Making comic books is really hard. Getting them out there is even harder. And then getting them in the people's hands to read is the hardest. So I appreciate all the hard work that everybody did in 2023. I'm really excited about 2024. We have Indie Comics Creator Con in March. Like, we are definitely going to destroy 2024. It's going to be so much fun. So much amazing goodness is going to happen in there. The comic book industry is going to blow up with amazingness. Like, it's all coming together, folks. So have a great holiday. Have a great new year. Again, my review of Duke number 1 comes out next week. And then after that, I don't know. There was so many number 1 books that came out in 2023. I don't know if they can do the same thing. But I will try to pick and choose and try to get some more publishers out there so that we can just view books from all different angles and And if there are books or series or publishers that you think that I should focus on, please comment below with that. And also, it's your year too. Tell me what the best book of 2023 was in the comments below. Have a great holiday, and I will talk to you soon.